Intensis Color Art is a line of products for professional hair coloring and care. The innovative hybrid hair dyes enable us to create unique shades, provide even coverage of gray hair, and restore healthy looks and glow of your hair. The line includes 112 shades, 5 types of hair bleaches, powders, lighting hair up to 6 and 9 shades, a protective oil, and shampoo after dyeing. Today we are going to explain to you how to handle gray hair in blondes and brunettes. Let's welcome our first model, Agnieszka. Her hair is dyed dark, and at her natural roots, gray hair amounts to 30–70% of all hair. The gray hair is silvery and very shiny, thin and freezing. It makes us suppose that the gray hair is glass-like and color-resistant. Our mission is to dye the roots to get the color even all along the hair length. Let's start with applying Intensis Color Art protective oil onto the scalp and along the hairline. It will protect the scalp against the dyeing effects and will create a protective layer which will prevent the color from being absorbed too deeply and from leaving stains. This way it will be easier to remove it. As there is a lot of gray hair here and the target color is much darker, we must create a mixture with as much pigment as possible. We will use for this purpose 0 color types of dyes, and those in the target shade. We have selected 3 dyes. 3-0 natural dye with lots of pigment, which covers gray hair on its own with 100% efficiency. 307 dye with high pigment saturation, which covers gray hair on its own with up to 75% efficiency, and 330 dye with low pigment content, which covers gray hair on its own with up to 50% efficiency. To increase pigment concentration, we should decrease the standard proportions of mixing a dye with a bleacher from 1 to 1.5 to 1 to 1. The color of the dyed hair must be refreshed with the sole purpose of making the hair shiny and healthy looking again. We shouldn't, however, darken it. What we should do is prevent excessive pigment accumulation. Let's apply the dye onto the hair roots. Then we will apply it along the rest of the hair and leave it for 35 minutes. After 35 minutes, we should rinse the mixture out of the hair using the Intensis Color shampoo and conditioner and dry the hair with a towel. We are spraying the wet hair with 2-phase Intensis Color spray, which will stabilize pigments inside of each hair and extend the color longevity. Now we are drying and styling the hair with a hairdryer and a round brush. Let's look at the effect. The roots have been covered. The hair looks healthy and shiny. No dye on the scalp or along the hairline. Let's move to our next model, Marta. According to our diagnosis, her hair is thick and tends to build up easily. Thick natural roots at the 5-0 level, with 80% of gray hair in the parietal and temporal region, and 50% of gray hair on the occipit. The rest of the hair has been bleached and it has a greenish shade to it. It is brittle, dry and fragile. Our mission is to reduce the contrast between the natural color and gray hair and to provide it with a cold shade to make the roots look covered for as long as possible. What we also want is to reconstruct the hair structure as much as possible. Let's start with hair bleaching. We will do it in 2 stages, because at the level of the hair bulbs the temperature is higher and the hair will change color more quickly than elsewhere. At first, we are going to bleach the hair using the close technique, and then at the roots with the open technique. The first mixture includes 1 part of the Color Art powder, which lightens hair color up to 6 shades, and 2 parts of a 6% bleacher. We are splitting the head into 4 equal parts, and we start applying the mixture from the lower occipital part. To cover the strands, you can use thermal strips, foil, greaseproof paper, or cotton swabs. As for me, I usually use thermal strips. I pick thin strands in a horizontal way and apply the mixture by keeping a distance of 1 cm all along the roots. We should leave the dye on the hair for about 20 minutes, checking it out from time to time. Because the bleaching time is different for every hair, and it depends on plenty of factors. The other mixture, 1 part of a powder lightening the hair up to 6 shades and 2 parts of a bleacher. We will apply it at hair roots. At first, let's remove the thermal strips in the same order they were applied. Now we will apply the protective oil onto the hair. We should do it precisely focusing on each and every parting. You cannot apply the lightening mixture at the hair roots until you protect the hair with that oil. Let's leave it on the hair for about 25 minutes. And let's not forget to take it on from time to time. After 25 minutes, we are washing the hair and assessing the effect. The bleaching has gone very well, but there is still a greenish shade on the ends, which will be removed with deeply purifying Intensis Pure shampoo. We will wash the hair with it 4 to 6 times, until the green shade is gone for good. Then we must rinse the hair with the Intensis antifreeze conditioner to condition them with appropriate substances, which will make tinting run more smoothly. We are getting rid of the excessive water with the towel. We will proceed with the tinting on wet hair. For tinting purposes, we have selected the following dye: Intensis Color Art 1012, 35 grams, and 1032, 35 grams. We are applying the mixture directly onto the wet hair all along its length. After 20 minutes, we are washing the hair with a shampoo and rinsing it with an Intensis Color conditioner. We are drying and styling the hair. For home care, we recommend our Intensis Color collection. Let's assess the result. The color looks even, pure and cold-shaded. It suits the gray hair perfectly. The hair is smooth, shiny and renewed.